My name is Jake Fivecoate. I'm a journeyman, and I'm from northern Colorado.
You know, the very essence of the mental game is this. The only reason an event matters is because we make it matter.
Welcome to the Mullins Farrier Podcast.
My name is Todd Walker.
I'm Sarah Mary Brown.
My name's Hayden Price.
I am Megan Coyle.
Hi, I'm Connor Sloman.
My name's Ashley Sloman.
Hi, I'm Derek Popewad.
Daniel Jones.
My name is Ellie Mae Watson.
Jim Blurton. I'm from Welshpool in Wales.
This is a special bonus episode available to everyone. To support the podcast and for access to the full-length episodes, please subscribe using the link in the show notes below. And as always, if you are an apprentice or just can't afford the subscription, the generous folks at Out West Fabrication and Design are supporting the podcast by covering our scholarship subscriptions. If you're in this camp, just reach out to me on Facebook Messenger and we'll get you sorted.
Most people that I know in this industry only want the best for the other people in the industry, which is a pretty cool thing.
Welcome, everyone. Well, we're releasing this on New Year's Eve. I hope everyone had a great 2025, and I hope you managed to accomplish the resolutions you made at this time last year. Before we get into today's guest, I just wanted to thank all of our subscribers, both old and new. I couldn't do this without your support. I'm excited for you to hear the episodes I have in the queue for next year and the guests I have lined up to interview. There are so many amazing and interesting folks in our trade, and I'm very fortunate to find myself in a position to get to talk to so many of them, and then share those conversations with you. And now for today's guest. This year at Focus, my friend Vern Powell approached me with a suggestion for an interview. As the head of the U.S. side of the Edward Martin Cultural Exchange, he was hoping this interview would help to raise awareness of the exchange and all the incredible experiences and opportunities it has to offer. So, in that spirit, and because it's the new year, we're releasing this episode in its entirety to non-subscribers as well, as a bit of a PSA of sorts. And as you will hear, Vern and his committee chose a great candidate to go to Scandinavia this year. Jake is charming and enthusiastic, and I found his enthusiasm quite contagious. As you will hear, for such a young man, he possesses a lot of wisdom. A little warning, there are some cuss words in this, so you may want to listen out of the earshot of any impressionable young folks. I had a lot of fun doing this one, and look forward to crossing paths with Jake again. I hope you enjoy the conversation as much as I did. All right, and we're here in England, and first time meeting you, but sounds like you've been doing a bit of a tour.
I have been. I've been on the AFA Cultural Exchange Program this summer.
Okay, what got you interested in that in the first place?
What got me interested in the exchange program was probably my apprenticeship with John McNerney.
Okay.
So John was on the AFT back in the early 2000s, and his good buddy, Todd Walker, was on the exchange the year he got on the team. John did.
Okay.
And he saw how good that made Todd. And the next year, which would be John's second year on the team, and Todd made the team.
Okay.
And I think Todd was like one of the best on the team. So, you know, John's like another father to me, and he wanted the best for me, and he really suggested I do something like that.
Okay.
He saw I was into it, and he's like, Jake, you'd love it, and you'd get super good.
Right.
So John was the first one that recommended it, and then I was on the idea, and like everyone else kept encouraging me. And I was like, I'm doing it.
Okay.
It's a perfect idea.
Cool. Yeah. So just so that we can explain for other people who might want to go this path, what was the process like to apply and then it get accepted? How did that work?
So to apply, before even the application, I knew that they would first choose someone with higher letters, like a journeyman. So I started working on my certification to get my journeyman to have the best chance to make it. So I got my journeyman. And then all I had to do was a written application I sent in to them. And then it was a interview at convention last year.
Right.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a meeting with them at that convention, and then super nice people. It was a really chill meeting, you know.
Yeah.
There was more jokes than real questions going on in there, you know.
I was going to ask you what kind of questions they would ask.
Yeah, they would ask. The first, you could tell I was nervous. Vern did, and because I'd never been in an interview in my life,
Right.
and the exchange committee is big because you need the connections. So there's 15 people in this room.
Oh,
And
okay.
I walk in, and the one empty seat is at the end of this long table with 15 people. So I'm stressed out. I don't know what this is going to be like. And the first question he asked me is, "So, are you okay with working a day without having some breakfast?" I was like, "Wait, what?" It knocked me out. It was like such a simple question, but it relaxed me a little. I was like, "Oh yeah, I really don't even eat breakfast. I'm cool with whatever, you know." And then so it rolled into it, and we had a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that was it. And then they're like, all right, after the interview was like 20 minutes, half an hour. And they're like, all right, step outside for a second. We'll call you back in. Literally 5 minutes later.
Oh, really?
Walk
Okay.
back in. Jake, how would you feel about going to Scandinavia? I was, no way. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So that's when I made it. And that night at the banquet, Jake Fivecoate Cultural
Just
Exchange Program
announced
went
it.
up on the stage. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Good for you. Do you know how many other applicants there were?
Yeah. So last year or this year, there was just 2 of us.
Okay.
Me and Becca.
Okay.
Yeah. I know previously there was like 4, just me and her this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And so you find that out.
Yeah.
And then when did your journey start and where did it start?
So that convention was November last year.
Right,
The
yeah.
journey started, I had to wait. It felt like a waiting period. I had to wait until June to leave because it's all summer long.
Right.
That's the best time to go, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So the journey started mid to late June, and I took off from the States, and I first got to Stockholm, Sweden, and Henrik Jansen picked me up from the
Okay.
airport.
Yep.
Yeah. Henrik was like my Vern over there. Because
Okay.
obviously Vern, he set it up, but he doesn't know all the connections.
Right.
So you need the big guy who knows everybody in that country to set
Right.
it up. So Henrik was as much of it as Vern was.
Okay.
And so Henrik picked me up and took me back to he's got a veterinary practice, and then sent me on to my people I was staying with, another Henrik.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of Henriks in Sweden.
Oh,
There's a lot
okay.
of Henriks in Sweden.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's where I first landed.
Okay.
Stockholm, Sweden.
And then did you tour around exclusively Sweden or all over Scandinavia?
All over Scandinavia. So I got to go to both the east and west side of Sweden,
Okay.
up north a little, down south in Stockholm, and then a month in Norway
Okay.
with the Norwegian team.
Yeah.
And one guy, Tommy, was awesome enough to take me way up north in Norway. That's where the real fjords start.
Okay.
But I stayed in Oslo most of my time in Norway, but up north is like real Norway. So he took me up there for a weekend, and that was the Norwegian experience. It was amazing. And then the Norwegian team wanted to go to this contest in Denmark, but it was a team shoeing competition. The 4th guy, Tommy, couldn't make it. And like, Jake, you game for this? They threw me in the team. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I was down. I love to compete. And so we drove down to Copenhagen, Denmark, just 6 hours down through like the western edge of Sweden and then down into Denmark.
Okay.
And did a team shoeing contest.
And what was that like?
That was fun. Man. Denmark was beautiful. I only got to spend a weekend there, but it was a really good contest. It was all about shoeing, team shoeing.
Mhm.
And so we had to do Icelandic pony shoeing. There's a lot of Icelandics in that area as well.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we had Carlsberg is a very big beer company in Scandinavia.
Okay.
I didn't know about it.
Me neither.
But it's like the Budweiser of Scandinavia. Like Budweiser, the Budweiser Clydesdales, they have Carlsberg draft horses.
Oh, really?
I believe they're Ardenners. And Carlsberg brought their draft horses for a draft shoeing day. So each one of us, team shoeing, we shot a foot of the Ardennes.
No way.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I held my own, and we managed to win that contest.
No, okay.
We did, yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. That was a highlight for me. It was super cool.
No kidding.
Yeah. So those are the 3 countries I got to go. Well, now I'm in England,
Right.
you know,
Mhm.
4 countries. But Sweden was the first country I ever went to outside of America.
Okay.
All the way on the other side of the world. First.
Just
Yep.
dropped into the fire.
I know.
Cool. So did
Yeah.
you learn any Swedish?
I did. I learned, I don't remember 1, 2, but I remember, or 3, but I remember 4 and 5. Fyra and fem.
Okay.
Fika is like tea time for them. So fika is coffee, super strong black coffee. The coffee in Sweden is strong as hell.
Oh, really? Okay.
and chocolate, like biscuits or chocolate. And so that's fika's like could be in between every stop, just
Oh,
before
really?
lunch. We had a lot of fika. It's like a
Okay.
break.
Right.
What else? Okay, hest is horse.
Okay.
It sounds
Close enough.
and nay, no, obviously. And so it was so funny. It was so funny when everyone was going, nay, hest, nay. So that's my favorite thing to say in Swedish. Nobody knows what I'm saying, really.
Right.
I'm like, oh, it's obviously no horse. I go, nay, hest. Yeah. That's my favorite Swedish.
You'll have to bring that home with you.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll just start saying it. Yeah.
And then when does your trip end? Is this it?
This
the
is
end
it.
of
Stoney's
Okay.
it. I'll stay just 1 or 2 more days, and then I'm flying back to Oklahoma to go to Dusty Franklin's daughter's wedding, Cassidy Franklin.
Okay.
So not going home. The trip never ends. I don't think the journey ever ends. Yeah.
And how did you manage? That was what I was going to ask. How did you manage to get this time? Did you have a business built up? Were you just working with somebody else? What did you do to sort this all out on the American side?
Well, a big part of it was always being the guy that showed up and wanted to make friends. So I'm friends with almost everybody in my area. So that helped. But I've been going on my 5th year of shoeing now. And I've been an apprentice most of that time. But recently, I got my journeyman 1.5 years ago. And right after that, I started picking up a few horses. So I had a small business of my own. Maybe I go shoeing out 2 days a week.
Okay.
And so it was a small business, and it was super easy with all of my friends. I've got 20 really good farriers up there. It was super easy to just break them up amongst my friends based on the area, so they didn't have to drive that far. So my dad got all the good horses that were close to home, and then my friends like down south got the horses down south. So each person only had to shoe 2 or 3 of my horses over the summer.
Right.
It was broken up super easily.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's how I did it, just connections, and it was easy because I have a big business.
Right.
To be gone 3 months, But I wanted to do. I like freedom. I like travel, and I knew you're never done learning. So I didn't want to shut myself out and just build a big business and work hard. I was like, no, keep it small, go travel,
so that you can do those.
That's how I did it. Yeah.
Now, do you think you'll be doing traveling after this too?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, man.
What's next on your hit list?
Next on my hit list is the big thing would be to go spend some time with Thomas and Vincent in Belgium.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people in, Europe's pretty tightly connected, and they all know, they could tell me about the countries, and they say Belgium would be cool. And so I know those guys are super good. I could learn a lot with them. And I think that would be my next out of country trip. I'm still going to I've been traveling around America a lot these past few years. So I'll go to WCB here in December and travel around America a little bit. But I think that'll be the next big thing. And Johannes Atlason on the Swedish team runs a contest at his house every spring. And so it's called the Sala 2-Man. And so next year, I'm going to fly back to Sweden and try and bring some Americans to the contest.
Yeah.
Let's see if my dad can come.
Right.
Bring Cody Franklin. I'm going to make him come.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to get home and have all these stories, but it's not like you weren't there.
Right.
You don't know what Sweden's like.
Right.
It's like perfect to say it was like a fairy tale, but that is like a corner of the earth. Red houses with white trim, beautiful flowers. It was like a fairy tale. And I want some of my American buddies to see
to
that.
experience it.
It is. It's a hidden gem. It's super cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what were some of the differences that you noticed? Were there any shoeing style differences between what you were doing in the U.S. versus there?
Yeah, I think there wasn't much of a difference because I grew up with really good farriers, competing farriers, people that, everyone's trying to do a good job, people that really cared and had attention to detail.
Mm-hmm.
And the people I stayed with on my trip had that as well. So the quality was really good about what I was used to. And then as far as there's good quality, but then it's like, well, what are you trying to do? So that was a little bit different in a sense. What was different was, I think, the types of horses we were showing.
Okay.
I saw a few quarter horses, but maybe under 10 quarter horses all summer. A lot of Icelandics there's a lot of trotting horses. Trotting's a big thing in Sweden. And so you just got to maybe adjust the fit a little, tighter fit for that.
Okay.
And then there was Clydesdales and Shires, and that was maybe a bit more of kind of fitting around the foot a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I worked with a man in Stockholm who shot all the cavalry's horses, and they're all working on pavement the whole time.
Okay.
So what we did for a whole week straight, 4 studs in every shoe. Yeah, I'm not joking. So little differences, but I think good horseshoeing is good horseshoeing.
Right.
And that was maybe, I think it was a wetter climate. The feet were a little wetter. Maybe they distort a bit more under the weight of the horse is what I noticed.
Yep.
But it's a tough question to answer for me. Maybe it's because it wasn't that different.
Okay. So with the wetter feet, would they fit a little fuller to keep the foot on the platform
Yeah.
in that time?
Yeah. I should have brought this up. This was, everybody knows about like the WCB and the America and like how the American certification works, like center of heel and the center of steel.
Right.
And they're like, and you guys fit tight over there, don't you? You know? Like, well, it's just what we do. But it opened my eyes to understanding how we see the English shoeing jobs. A lot of expansion.
Yeah.
But I understand that now. Okay, it's a different climate.
Yeah.
You can't fit the same.
In that period of time, you would actually see just horses at the end of their cycle and what they look like on the shoe versus when you start kind of thing.
So, yeah, that was something. Just wetter feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you get whoever's businesses, whatever types of horses, it varied a lot in little ways. But yeah, I think that's one of the ways.
Okay.
One of the ways it could.
Yeah. Now, so you're second generation farrier, or is this further down than that?
No, not further down, but I
Okay.
am a second generation farrier. I believe my dad started shoeing in 1999.
Okay.
Full time. Met my mom that way. My mom was a super good dressage rider.
Okay.
And then my dad got into the fire service, I think about 19 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so ever since then, he's been a full-time firefighter and a part-time farrier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But then I started apprenticing with him, and then he sent me with all of his friends, and that's how I got into it.
Okay.
Yeah. Second generation.
And how did you get into the competing?
That's a good question. So I got into the competing one day. Brian Buckner lives 2 miles down the road from me.
Okay.
And Brian Buckner had Nigel Fennell down at his shop. And I was super young, 14. And Nigel Fennell does a demo on my mom's horse. Shoes my mom's horse with bar shoes. And then all the guys at that clinic, there's just the local guys, you know, got a group together and they're going to go to a WCB, Fort Worth, 2021. And I'm down there. I'm ambitious. I think this is cool. I just made the commitment. Like, I'm going to learn how to shoe horses. And so I'm making shoes with these guys now. And they're like, I can't remember who it was, but I was trying to make this. They were making the novice shoes. And I could make those novice shoes. And they're like, yeah, we're going down to Fort Worth for this contest. Yeah, we all compete. Have you ever thought about that? I was like, no. And they handed me the WCB flyer. I was like, oh, this would be so cool. This is what I want to do. And so I went home that night, and I remember sitting in the shop. Parents had gone to bed. I'd been out foraging and looking at that. It was scary for me because I was going to have to fly, like leave home. I was young. I'd never done that. And I made the decision that night. Yeah, this is what I'm doing now.
Okay.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So I did, and it feels like that was the start of my journey of everything that's happened the past 4 years.
Right.
Fort Worth.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
So that was the first contest I went to.
So what was it like going under that tent for the first
Oh
time
my
and
gosh.
experiencing that?
It was nerve-wracking. Rolling up, I was super young. You can hear the music playing as you're walking up. It was a walk from the hotel. And it was like being thrown into the fire. Like, think about being thrown in a fire, but in a good way. You're nervous. You're walking up, and then the first person you see is Bodie or Craig. And I'd watch all of Craig's videos. Like, he is like a celebrity to me.
Right.
I was definitely nervous, but what was cool was my parents had set it up to where, like, hey, he's going to need some help. This is his first contest. Could you guys set him up a little? So I walk up, and Craig instantly knows Bodie because my dad had spent a week with Bodie.
Oh,
My dad and Bodie are very good friends.
Okay.
Bodie sees me, and I'm like standing around Stargaze. Whoa. And Bodie comes to me, and he knows how I'm feeling, and he'd been set up to be my striker. He
Okay.
goes, hey, let me help you out a little. And match play was going on. Walked me over to the match play board, and he was like, so this is how it works. Keep track of you. You're going to go tonight. So I just got off a plane, first plane ride, like I'd been on alone. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm competing already. And so, yeah, I did some match play that night, and I eased into it. And
Okay.
the WCB family really took care of me that contest.
Okay.
And it went super good.
Yeah.
And I definitely wanted to come back after that. Yeah.
So how many of those will you do a year?
For the past 4 years, I've done I think I've consistently at least gotten to 2 to 3 every year. Sometimes it's just 2 contests and then the winter clinic, but consistently at least 2 or 3 a year.
Okay.
Yeah. The Roadrunner Classic, because it's just 8 hours down the road, has been the one I've gone to the most.
Okay.
And then Fort Worth, because it was like the first one I went to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I did go to, I love all the locations. Last year I went to the one they had in North Carolina.
Okay.
And George Rogerson was judging. And he just won world championship,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
And that happened to be the WCB I did the best I've ever done at. I got 21st and in the match play. I've never made it past a few brackets. In the match play, without a loss, I made it to the finals round against Mike Poe. Yes. And my mind was blown because Mike has been there. I've always looked up to Mike. And Mike's failed me on certifications. Mike's helped me with basic stuff. And here we are competing together.
Yeah.
All right. We both hadn't lost yet. You get 2 losses. I beat him. Yes. And then that was the night. Like I was just happy to do that. And then they give us this mule foot. I lose on it. And then it was the final round because we both had a loss and we had to make a 7-minute bar shoe. And we make the 7-minute bar shoe. Both of them are welded. We get to the judges' table, and George looks at him like, it's a tense moment for me. Serious moment. George looks at him. I got to piss too bad for this. And there's like a group of 20 people sitting around. Yeah. Seriously,
Yeah, I got a picture of
and I was like, what? Yeah, I know. But yeah, Mike beat me there. But why I bring that up is because I just previous week ago spent the week with George. So it's like reunited.
Right.
It was cool to spend a week with the guy that really liked my work at a contest. And he's a world champion.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like
And
full
a pretty
circle.
nice guy.
Full
too.
circle. Yeah. Oh, super cool guy. We had a ton of fun.
Yeah.
We did.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you did get to spend some time here then.
I did. So we were calling George when I was with Johannes back in Sweden, and George's like, man, it'd be cool to have Jake before Stoneleigh because he's coming to Stoneleigh anyway. So we worked out in the schedule to actually have 2 weeks here before Stoneleigh. And I spent a week with George Rogerson, and then he sent me up to his buddy, Toby Pedley. He's posting a lot of cool stuff on social media right now, and that was cool for me you see him on social media, like, who is this guy? He's doing a lot of cool stuff, and then I go spend a week with him.
Right.
So last week I spent with Toby Pedley up in Yorkshire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and then we drove down to Stoneleigh together yesterday.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
here we are.
And here we are. I
Yeah,
know.
that sounds like quite the adventure.
It has been, man. It's been a serious adventure. Yeah.
So what happens when you go home after the wedding?
After the wedding. Yeah. When I get home, I'm going to, and the family's missed me. It'll be nice to see them. I want to hang out with my brother a little bit. He's getting older. Like we can have fun together. So we'll go have some fun. But the plan is I'll kind of reestablish my shoeing business. The plan is to keep that small.
Okay.
Go back, make some money. But my plan is to keep that small so I have the freedom to keep on this journey. I feel like it's made me realize life's a journey. It's about the journey. And I want the quality of the journey to be good.
Right.
I haven't really focused on not too focused on an end destination, but I want a cool journey.
Right.
So I'm not going to get too bogged down at home, and I want to travel some more.
Okay.
It's my plan right now.
Yeah.
It's not over. Yeah.
Not a
And
bad thing.
I'm young I have a lot of time ahead of me if I wanted to build up a big shoe business and just shoe a lot, But right now it's the time to
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
do that stuff.
Yep.
So that's my plan right now.
Good for you.
Yeah.
For everybody's reference, how old are you?
I'm 19.
Oh, wow.
I am 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got lots of time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some of the goals after being here and doing all of that? Do you have competition goals that you've set for yourself or examination ones? What's on your horizon?
Goals for me are more so on not as much competing, more so as much of a variety of stuff I can do.
Okay.
So I don't really have ambitions to be on the AFT right now, but I love competing, but I want to go compete in Belgium. I want to come back and spend the summer competing in England. I think that'd be good. So those are 2 of my goals right now. But a bigger goal of life is to start working on another stream of income, because my plan and my goal is to not have to shoe until I'm 50 or 60 for an income.
Right.
Like I have to shoe horses to get my groceries when I'm 50. That doesn't sound... I've gotten to meet a lot of old farriers.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be that way. I love shoeing horses. I don't want to quit, but That's my big life goal. And I think that would make the most of my life if I could have that and have that freedom set up to where I don't have to shoe horses.
You can shoot for enjoyment.
I can shoe for enjoyment.
Yeah.
And I think that's what this trip's opened my mind up to, is it's all been shoeing for enjoyment.
Right.
For a very, very long time, I've not thought about shoeing a horse for some money. It has not crossed my mind, seriously. And this whole summer's been shoeing for enjoyment, shoeing for a nice quality of work, shoeing for showing the guy you're with what you can do. I like that. I think shoeing's the best like that.
Okay.
Not as much of just income or job. That's what I like.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind me asking, do you have an idea for what that second business is going to be?
I think it's a big deal. And I don't want to like push too hard on one thing. I want to keep my mind open to whatever I could do.
Okay.
But I've considered real estate investing. I've considered like raw land has been an idea. Maybe rental homes. Maybe, I don't exactly know yet. But that's like the start of that, like figuring that out.
Yep.
But I think I'm going to figure that out on talking to people. This trip's taught me about just socializing, talking to people, and how powerful connections can be.
Yeah.
And I've met so many people, so many clients. You know, every client has a different job and a different thing. You roll up to a nice house, and you're not super inquisitive, but eventually it'd be cool to know what they do.
Right.
And so I'm just going to start gathering ideas. And I think if you just keep working hard, you'll figure it out.
And keep your
With a
eyes
good intent.
open for
I'm
that.
going to keep my mind open, my eyes open. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. I don't exactly know yet, but we'll work it out.
No, it's very mature of you to, because most people, once they're in it, there is no second sort of thought to anything else.
And the thing I'm most scared of, like just being locked in. Once you're in it, you're shoeing horses forever.
Right.
I think life's meant to be a little more.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think even as you're shoeing horses, if you can keep your eyes open to other opportunities, it's incredible what I can say from experience, what shoeing can offer you as other potentials.
You're right.
And just seeing, like, being able to travel all over the world, you're meeting all these people, but there isn't just horseshoeing. Somebody has to provide the horseshoers with product.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I've met through the podcast so many people who are doing other things
There's different little pieces of what we're just doing.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. It's a big industry.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm talking about. Just keep your mind open to what other people do for money.
Yeah. I'm the same
around the area of stuff we do. Because I'm already in it.
Yeah. So
I know my way around. Yeah.
Yeah. You already have a lot of connections made.
Yep.
And
Definitely.
yeah.
Definitely.
And I'm just as guilty when I roll into a nice place. I want to know what that person did, because whatever it is, they were good at it, clearly.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
It earned them all of these things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about your adventure or?
Well, I got to see, I think the trip had made me very adaptable. Every person's very different. You can tell like in a 5-minute conversation, but then you're going to be living with this person for a week. Yeah. It's not I loved every person I stayed with, but I just learned how to adapt to how they'd be. To get along with them the best. So it's made me super good at like a day of being with somebody, and I just know, okay, this guy, he likes to work hard, but he treats me right out. So we're going to work hard and we're going to have fun at night. You know? This guy, he likes to show me places. He likes taking me around. So I'm going to ask a lot of questions. I'm going to ask the history of this place,
Right.
So I've learned how to get along with a big variety of people.
Right.
So that's been something on this trip. I've kind of gotten to see things you like and you see some things you don't like. There wasn't a lot I didn't like about the trip, but like I can tell you, I might look to staying out of living in an apartment.
Yeah.
You know,
learned that lesson?
I learned that I wasn't hating my life, but I was just like living like this for a long time. Like you can hear people. It's like you're in the city. You are living in the city. I've never lived in a city.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
And I've never stayed in an apartment. So that kind of, all right, well, maybe I don't do it. But like, really, that's the only bad thing. I don't have any bad things to say about the trip, because anything I thought was a little uncomfortable or different or not as good at the time was actually it was just something good for me that was showing me, it was opening my eyes to maybe you could get used to this or you just don't have to.
Yeah, maybe you just avoid this. Yeah.
So it's just, I've gotten to see a lot more. But I mean, most of it, seeing beautiful things, the fjords in Norway, both coasts of Sweden, the money in Stockholm. I saw some of the nicest cars I've ever seen in Stockholm.
Oh,
It was
really?
crazy.
Yeah.
And yeah, oh man, when I was in Stockholm shoeing those cavalry horses, Mats Holmstead, he's been in the military his whole life, and he's been their horse shoer for a very long time. He's got very good connections. So when we were in Stockholm, he got me an apartment room in the royal stables for the king's horses in Stockholm, just a walk away from the actual castle there.
Okay.
So, he set me up good, and I had the keys to the royal stables for a whole week. So it is like a government, it's guarded, there's security cameras. I believe a prince was staying there at the time.
Okay.
And I had this key that could open the gates to this. It was more of a compound. It was a
Right.
beautiful stable, but these big iron gates. I'd go in at night from a night out in Stockholm, and I'd stand in front of these gates, open them up, and everyone would look, like watch me. It was so cool. And then I walk in, I'd turn around, I'd click button, close the gates, and everyone's just watching me go in. And then the gates close, and I'm in this compound, this seriously cool old compound in the middle of the city. So that was cool. But yeah, just a lot of cool things like that.
Yeah.
And like, I'd never been on a ferry before in my life.
Okay. Yeah.
And so it was crazy in Norway. You need to be on ferries to get across that land.
Okay.
So it's cool to drive your van up on a ferry and go across the water,
Right.
That was cool.
So with the people that you work with there, would that be just a part of their daily routine to get to certain places?
I think it would be more so for the guys up north, but whenever we were actually shoeing in Norway, I was with Katinka, Lars, Daniel, and Tommy. They're all on the team right now.
Yeah.
They all live around Oslo. So we never had to take a ferry to work to go shoot some horses because there's a lot of horses around Oslo. So it was like, full book of horses on south end of Oslo, full book of horses on the east end, and then Katinka was more up north. So no, it was all very local.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There's another thing about this trip is like not as far drive times.
Oh, really?
I'm used in
Okay.
Colorado. It's normal half an hour to go shoot some horses it's not crazy. I've even driven an hour to go shoot a bunch of horses. So no, 15, 20 minutes everywhere.
Really?
It blew my mind.
Yeah, no kidding.
And that was cool. Like we got done with work very quick.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
it was cool. It was very convenient.
Yeah, that lack of travel time does help.
Yeah. And the vans. I never shot out of a van.
Yeah.
Some guys had the big vans with the anvil inside.
Mm-hmm.
And getting back to like things I thought were like uncomfortable about the trip, some things I initially thought were uncomfortable was just like the things people put up with shoeing horses. Like, why is this freaking anvil in the middle of a van? And why is it so dang close to these drawers? I was like, this is annoying as hell. But that's the trip made me good at just adapt. Like, well, this is how he shoes horses. This is how he shot horses for years out of this.
So
You
this
gotta
is what
do
we're
it.
gonna do. Yeah.
You're staying here for a week. Get used to it. So it made me very patient, very just thoughtful. Just like, all right, well, just this is how it is. Yeah, shooting out of vans was cool.
Yeah, I actually, from hanging out with people here, I purchased a van a couple of years ago.
Okay.
A Sprinter one.
Yeah.
I can walk in it. I still don't want the anvil inside it.
No,
So it's on the ground.
Yeah.
Just the stepping up in and out of it is
Yeah,
a lot.
seriously. They pull out the stool every day to get up into the van.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I'm definitely going to miss it, being away from it for a month or two. I'll be like, man, I wouldn't mind showing a horse out of a van right now.
Yeah.
That's another thing about getting back home is it's like, man, I know so much more. I've learned so much more. I'm such a better person after this. I don't just want to fall back into the rhythm life was at home before I left. I want to stay out of the comfort zone, keep doing stuff, just not be the same person as when I left.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. What do you think some of those changes will look like?
I think some of those changes will be, I just realized how much when I don't have anything planned to do, how I literally do nothing.
Okay.
I noticed when I was on the trip that you were literally always doing something. Even if it wasn't work, you were just always active. And like my phone, I'd charge my phone every night and it'd be at 90% every day. I'd use 10% of my battery.
Right, because you weren't.
I
on it
wasn't
the
doing
whole time.
anything.
Yeah.
It was always like I had to turn my phone on to make a post about my trip. And 1,000 Facebook messages. Just crazy.
Just
I don't want to be on my phone.
Right.
So I got to a point where I was like rejecting that comfort. Like I actually liked being active. When before at home, I was like, this sucks. I just want to lay on the couch, lay in bed. So I'm just going to force myself to, if I don't have anything to do something, like freaking go take a hike, go You don't always have to make shoes or be in a shop, but just go do something.
Right.
Is the change. Is a simple answer. It's hard to answer that, but
No, I
just
think
stay active.
Yeah.
Don't be lazy.
yeah, and I think the hardest thing is that phone will try and draw you back in.
Definitely.
It's designed to.
Definitely.
So, yeah, if you can keep that in your
Yeah.
rearview mirror and
Yeah. I just keep, it was more so that I was so busy, didn't have time for it. It wasn't like I was trying to put my phone away. It was like, I didn't have time. I could never waste time.
Yeah.
And I think when you're always doing something, the things you get out of life are just a little bit more because you're doing just a little bit more every day. And so I feel like everything could get better. You
Right.
know? Maybe you're talking to somebody else a little more. Maybe you have a conversation with somebody you wouldn't have had. And maybe that's a good conversation, you know?
Yep.
So if you're just always, when you're awake and you're doing stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's great advice.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well, let's do the short answer questions.
Yeah, let's
then.
do these.
Okay.
Let's do these.
This is the Stratum Tectorium. Short answer questions brought to you by Out West Design and Fabrication. Your choice for Farrier rigs. Out West supports this podcast by supporting those who can't afford the subscription with the scholarship option. Check them out on Facebook at Out West Design and Fabrication. Favorite book?
My favorite book is probably got to be Chris Gregory's is a good one, but I also like Dirt Rich is a very good book. And I might be a little rusty on the parts about it because I haven't read it in a minute. But Dirt Rich is a book about a guy who starts flipping raw land.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he was broke. He just had a kid, barely getting by and working a crappy job. And he figures out that there's foreclosures on land that really has nothing on it. So he starts buying them and then reselling them.
Okay.
And he just starts, he makes a few $100s and then $1,000, and he just turned that into a big deal.
Right.
And the big thing about that book is keeping it like a method of thinking to where you're smart. You're not working super hard. You didn't have to work super hard to build that up. And so I like that book. It just keeps my mind open to how a smart idea could get you financial freedom rather than like going to work 8 hours a day, every day, the same thing.
Right.
It's lazier to do that than to use your brain to think of something, I think I really like that book.
Okay.
Yeah. That wasn't a short answer.
No, that's all right. You can go as long as you want
Yeah,
on
yeah.
any of these. Favorite brand of nails?
It wasn't Mustad before I left, but everybody uses Mustad E-head nails in Scandinavia.
Right.
And I don't mind them. Before I thought they bend too easy. I just couldn't nail before. But now these are nice.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to use them when I get home.
Okay.
I wasn't using them. I was using Liberties.
Yep.
But I'm going to use them when I get home.
Yeah, I remember the first time using them and how thin but flat the blade is. And
Yeah.
I was like, this is silly. This
Yeah.
doesn't seem like a normal nail.
Yeah.
And now I find I use them more.
Yep.
And the horses seem to like them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's not expanding the white line as
Yeah.
much. And
They slip in there.
yeah.
They're good nails.
Yeah. What shoe sizes do you generally have to stock the most of?
I have to stock the most of. I shoe a lot of quarter horses.
I was just gonna say,
small, stiff little quarter horses, and I haven't missed that about the
No.
trip. I really haven't.
No, I find quarter horses with my body style and my age, they're hard to get around.
Yeah. So everywhere there's a lot of show jumping and dressage, beautiful big horses in the area I stayed, and whenever there'd be one that was just a little stiff, like when you gotta tip, like for what you're used to, you gotta think about manipulating your body to keep this horse comfortable. Well, I was already so used to doing crazy shit for these quarter horses that everyone was like, Jake, this one, he's stiff. Like, I have a hard time with him. I just, without even thinking about it, I just knew how to move my body, adjust. And they loved me for that.
Right.
Like, Jake, this horse loves you. Like, yeah, I'm the man, I guess.
Yeah. The quarter horses taught you well. Favorite make of rasp?
Oh, man. It's got to be Save Edge again.
Okay.
Heller was good, but didn't use much. I thought everyone uses a green Tang Heller, and it's just the English way, But no, I think it's going back to Save Edge, and I like Save Edge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you want to get into that, I work with some guys that use the Beasts, the wide ones.
Yep.
I thought that, that's a crazy rasp.
You mean up here, like in Scandinavia?
In
or
Scandinavia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I never thought to try one of those. I don't mind it.
Oh, really?
I'm not talking about the 17-inch ones. I'm talking about the save edges that are as long as the regular, but wider.
Yeah.
Way wider. What's a green tank's 5 teeth? 5 or 6, 7? I'm just talking like really wide.
Right.
And
yeah.
they were fun to use.
Okay.
Yeah.
Easier to get flat, do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Quickly.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Might be a little harder on those sized
Yeah.
quarter horse feet, you think?
Too big. Yeah.
Yeah. What is your dream farrier rig?
Man, that is a good question. Because I've seen so many different rigs. Katinka's working out of a Defender, and it's like
Okay.
a Jeep.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's no way this is so. It worked out beautifully.
Yeah.
It's
They're pretty
compact,
popular over here.
compact. I don't know if I'd choose a van, but I don't know if I'd go as small as Katinka. I like how Cody does it, like a Tacoma. It's simple, just a topper.
Okay.
I like what I got now. It's just a topper as well.
Okay.
On my GMC.
Yep.
I think that's the way to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you have a slide out under the topper or not even?
No,
Okay.
not even. But I don't know. I haven't thought about this because I worked under so many cool rigs with slide outs and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. I'll just work with what I got.
Stay
now.
tuned. To be continued.
Yeah, to be continued.
Okay. Favorite rounding hammer?
I like the Yukon ones are good, but I have a slight offset Mark Lean from Texas.
Okay.
He goes to all the WCB stuff, and I really have been liking that one.
Okay.
But if I had to get a new rounding hammer, I'd just get the same old Yukon 2-pound or 2 1/4. I've
Okay.
got plenty of those from. I'd get all the seconds from apprenticing with John, or when he
Okay.
started coming out with the hammers, and one would like engraving something on there, and then the tooth chips or the drill bit jams in there, and there's just this big like gap, like little divot in the side of this hammer. He can't sell it, but it's
It's
usable hammer.
perfectly, yeah.
I like the Yukon hammers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Favorite type of bar stock to work with?
Swedish 3/8 by 1.
Oh, really?
I'll tell you how that's different. So obviously, English and American steel is different.
Yeah.
3/8 by 1 here is a lot thicker to me. It's just a bigger section both ways. But in Sweden, in Scandinavia, all of the steel is cold rolled.
Oh, okay.
I've been making shoes out of cold rolled steel all summer long, and it sucked when I got there. But I think the way I have to forge on it to manipulate it into a nice shoe, I think I can just forge on it a little more.
Okay.
Work in the shape on the horn, a smooth shape. I can really put that in.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I feel like when I get home, I'm going to mess some shit up, hit it too hard.
Yeah.
So it's like you can forge on it and put what you want to put in a shoe without having to worry about, we pinched up the section.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
But cold rolled steel, it's not fun when you start, but it's cool. It's badass. Yeah, I make shoes out of cold rolled steel. Hot rolled steel? Oh, you're weak. Nah. Yeah.
So it'd be 25 by 10, right? Is
Yeah,
what
25
they're
by 10.
using?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
inch by 3/8, as they say here.
Yep. As soon as you get here, you have to adjust your tongs
Yeah.
so they'll fit everything.
Yeah.
Favorite pastime after work?
Golf. I like golf. There's a golf range 5 minutes from my house. And me and my brother, we'll just go down to the range.
Okay.
Like, just hit some balls. It's just satisfying and fun.
Yeah.
I haven't really had any pastimes for the last 3 months.
Yeah.
It's like
Been
we're either
full on.
we're going to have a drink, we're going to go see something cool, or we're going to make shoes. And I'm talking about adaptability. I haven't really thought about a pastime. Like, let's go have some fun. Every night's been fun talking to the people I've been with. So I've kind of lost that golf pastime work because it's been a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Whatever I got to do for fun. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite brand of keg shoe?
They use a lot of the Workman stuff up in Scandinavia. And I never used this before, but I feel like I like the Workman.
Yeah.
I can't remember if there's like a certain type of model, but just a regular Workman shoes.
Okay.
Been using those all summer long.
Yeah.
And I like them. I don't know if I'd use them in America. The Workman goes with the way they fit for expansion
Mm-hmm.
in that wetter area. But we got to forge heels to center and fit. I'd have to do a lot more to those shoes where I live for a
Right.
good fit.
Yeah. Yeah. You were probably using the strikers because they're a course right through the middle sort
Yeah.
of section.
Yeah.
But they do have a couple other lines where I think they are trying to actually get into the quarter horse market. Like,
Okay.
I think they've adjusted some
Yeah.
things, but you'd have to look into it.
I'd look into that. Yeah. But
Yeah.
they're good shoes.
Yeah. Nice people too.
Okay.
Next thing on your bucket list.
The next thing on my bucket list is probably Belgium.
Okay.
I think that's the next big thing.
Right.
Yeah. And it's cool because, like, I've been talking to Vincent and Thomas. They're here. And then they're judging the Fort Worth WCB. And so
Okay.
that's kind of why I'm going to that. And then you're going to see them. I think it would be cool.
Cool. Yeah. You're well connected.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ideal number of horses to shoe all around in one day.
This is another tricky one because I haven't worked alone for a summer straight.
Mhm.
You know, think about that. But like 6, 7 has been the average we've been doing.
Okay.
And it works out good with both of us. Maybe a little less if I'm alone.
Yeah.
5. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. It's reasonable. Favorite anvil.
Ammo Brand Legend.
Okay.
200.
Yep.
That's the big one we got in the shop, and that's what I started making shoes on.
Okay.
I like it.
Old steady.
And it's the one I got a Anvil Brand in my truck.
Oh,
The
okay.
120.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite inspirational quote.
Try to think about that a second. Oh, I have one. It's one it's my own saying.
Okay.
It's something I developed on my own. And it's not as much of a quote, but I tell myself, I don't break, I bend.
Yeah.
If you're working on a project, if it's going to go wrong, you don't want it to just break. You don't want to melt your aluminum. You don't want to burn your shoe.
Yeah.
If it bends the wrong way, you're fine.
Right.
So I won't break. You'll run into some things that'll bend you. I don't break, I bend.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Do you have a Farrier Terrier?
I don't, but almost everyone in Sweden has had one.
Really? Yeah.
And that was another thing. The things you realize people put up with daily, like, oh, the stinking dog rolls in the mud every day, and it's sitting on my lap. If Pierre Nielsen's listening to this, Pierre, yeah, I'm talking about your muddy dogs. But no, after he's gonna be so pissed. I love Pierre, but I don't mind them. I think they're fun. They can lighten up a bad day.
Yep.
Let's stop and hang out with a dog at a park.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think it's bad. I like them.
Okay.
But at first I was like, oh my gosh. They're like Cody Franklin's, he's got a dog named Pace. And I can't think of what type of dog it is, but it's like a sport dog. It loves to have fun. It loves to run. It'll jump in any water trough it can get. Anything. So it'll be most of the time just soaking wet.
Right.
When we're
And
done
then
at a stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they can, but if you love them, you love them.
Yeah.
And you got
Soggy dog or
Yeah.
not. Yeah. If you're stumped on a case or need backup, who do you call?
Cody Franklin, Dusty Franklin, Will Luth. Will's an AWCF in my area.
Okay.
Very smart guy. Yeah. I think those would be my first guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite shoe or package for mystery lameness?
Not currently, because I've been away. I hadn't been shoeing horses on my own that long. I've seen a lot of cool stuff what the guys have been working with. I can't really recall like one cool one, but I've been away for so long on my own horses that I haven't really developed that. I haven't run into that many mystery lamenesses that I've had one come up.
Maybe you're just doing something right.
Yeah, maybe I'm just yeah. That's a good point.
What do you use as your planner?
Just they call it the diary here.
Yep.
My diary is just it's Outlook.
Oh, on your phone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. And it's simple. It works. And it's always on me. And I've heard guys say, you lose your phone, you're screwed. But Outlook's
It's on
all
the
on
cloud.
there. It's on the cloud. It's on the computer.
Yeah, yeah.
Or maybe I'm thinking of guys saying, you lose that's why I don't have a paper one. Like, when that's gone, that's gone. And then your business. Yeah. That's why I haven't
sorted it all
yeah.
out. Yep. Favorite method of soothing aches and pains?
So I'm not old enough to drink in America, but I have been the past 3 months. I'm going to have to go straight to rehab when I get home. But no. But I was with Daniel Alberger by Gothenburg, Sweden. And his thing it's not a good habit, but he'd make a big gin and tonic every night, a plain gin and tonic.
Oh, okay.
And we worked hard that week. Like, it was hot and it was such a busy week. We would get home and I would just need a snack and I need to take a nap. I'd usually end up waking up at 1 a.m. every night. That's how much of so that was good for that week.
Okay.
But I'm 19. Like, the gin and tonic just felt good after a hard day of work. I don't have aches and pains right now. I don't know. I really don't know.
Must be so nice. Enjoy it while you can.
I'm trying to.
Favorite drink?
I would say it's a gin and tonic now.
Oh, really?
I think it's
They've
because
converted you.
they have. I think it's because it's more so, like I was just saying, this is a perfect question for like how busy and stressful a week that was, is linked to a gin and tonic every night. That's like, it's a reward.
Yeah.
I love that taste.
Okay.
Gin and juice, as Snoop Dogg says.
Yeah. Favorite genre of music, or more specifically, favorite song?
I've been saving songs I hear in Sweden just on my trip.
They have a ton of music.
They are
here.
the music country.
Yeah.
I've gotten into, to keep it simple, the type of music Europe makes. I love the band Europe now.
Oh, okay.
Europe, they are from Sweden.
Okay.
So I've collected a lot of Europe Foreigner was something I like, just that rock vibe.
Okay.
Foreigner's a little chiller, but Foreigner is something that's been a lot on my playlist. Bon Jovi, they love Bon Jovi in Sweden.
Oh, do they?
And probably my favorite song right now has got to be Cruel Summer. It's maybe...
I know that song.
You know that
it's
song.
Like a
Cruel,
80s.
80s music is what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
And I didn't have a cruel summer. My summer's ending. It was a blast.
But
it's
that's
such
your
a
song
jam.
of the summer?
Yeah. Or I like Rock the Night, Europe.
Okay. I'm going to have to look this Europe band
Still
up.
of the Night, White Snake. They like Toto in Sweden. Yeah, Runaway, Bon Jovi. Yeah, that stuff.
Okay.
I like that music now.
Yeah, I was at a clinic, and Magnus was the other clinician.
Yeah.
And
I saw that. I saw about that.
yeah, so they had a dance party the one night,
Yeah.
and most of the music, not most, but a lot of it was Polish, but there was a lot of Swedish stuff. And
Yeah.
Magnus and Rebecca kept pointing it out to me. They'd be like, oh, more Swedish stuff.
Yeah.
And then at one point I said, I haven't heard a single Canadian song yet.
Yeah.
Magnus turned to me and he said, what, do you want them to play Celine Dion? Which would have been a very different vibe change.
Yeah. Hey, we're having fun.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it.
We won't.
Yeah.
But it was, pretty
Yeah.
funny. I didn't realize how much stuff that I knew actually came from Sweden.
Yeah. My eyes were open to that too. I was with a guy named Jurgen who has his own band.
Oh, okay.
And he was telling me about Sweden's music and the history of it. And there's a guy from Sweden who's made the beats for all of the songs that have gone viral, like the past 15, 20 years. I can't think of his name right now, but he was selling music to Ed Sheeran, Lady Gaga, everybody.
Okay.
Everybody from the 2010s who was popular. Those were his beats. Those were his music. Yeah.
Okay.
So Sweden is like the workhorse for what music is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I learned that
interesting.
while I was there.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Do you work out?
No, I have not. I used to play baseball. I worked out then, but
Okay.
I don't work, and I haven't really worked out this summer, obviously. But it's brought to my attention how good breaking a sweat is, because you can get comfortable. And I've noticed that sometimes it feels like there's just practices. Making shoes is the only thing to do on this trip. So I spent a lot of time making shoes, and you don't always want to give it your all to make the nicest shoe. So I've found I've always kept myself just behind that point of I'm getting hot and I'm starting to sweat.
Right.
I made shoes for a night and I haven't been sweating, but I understand that now.
Right.
When I can push past that, it feels good.
Okay.
So that's like my physical workout.
And so you're just pushing yourself out of that.
Yeah. And
comfort
I've
zone.
you practice with guys and it's either this is a chill guy or this guy he's giving it all. And it's who wants to shoe horses for a day, eat something and get in the shop late and be sweating. Like 10 p.m. on a Tuesday night, and I just made myself sweat, man. I made some shoes. I've noticed there's guys either or.
Right.
But the guys that push themselves like that in a time we're going to be in the shop every night this week, or why? In a time that's not comfortable to do so,
Mm-hmm.
those are the good guys.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of like they like that.
Yeah.
So my mind's opening up to like, maybe I probably will start working out when I get home. It's good for the mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great answer. What would you have been if not a farrier?
I probably would have been. So when I was 13, I started working for all of my neighbors, doing anything and everything.
Okay.
I've done landscaping. I've repainted houses. I've restained a cabin. I built gardens and laid rock paths, pretty stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then just hard work, mowing lawns. I once spent a summer cutting kochia weeds, the big weeds.
Okay.
They turn into tumbleweeds.
Oh, okay.
This
Yeah,
guy's
right.
pasture was overgrown with them, a field full of those.
Okay.
And I spent, when I was 13, just cutting those out of the ground with a hoe. Yeah.
Okay. Really?
And I didn't enjoy that, but I feel like I would be some sort of landscaper running my own business, because I was running my own business like that when I was 13. And that was when I decided I could use my skills to start shoeing horses. But if I didn't make that decision, I'd probably still be doing that. So probably that.
Okay. Gotcha. The COVID question, who would you want to be stuck in a shop with for a month?
Probably Cody, because we get along so well. Cody
Okay.
Franklin.
Yeah.
And for a month, we wouldn't just practice. We'd have fun.
Yeah.
And we share music, and it'd be a good time. That'd be fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then last question, maybe we're too early in your career, but I've started asking this one. What is a tool that might have surprised you that you have found has been indispensable to you?
That has been indispensable. Yeah, I really didn't like hammer gouging before,
Okay.
but there's not a single push gouge
in
I've seen
Scandinavia.
in Scandinavia. They
Okay.
don't use that there.
Okay.
And I got used to hammer gouging. And before I was like, how could hammer gouging be better or quicker than push gouging? But I think it's quicker.
I think it's easier on your
It's
wrist.
easier on your wrists.
Yeah.
You just go around. And especially if you can hammer clench. You already got your hammer in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
So whack them things down, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm going to be hammer gouging when I get home. Another thing, I don't know. I haven't been doing it that long, but I had to use a towing knife.
Yeah.
So that week in Stockholm with Mats has been shoeing a long time. And when he started out, he had to use a towing knife. And he still, to this day, uses a towing knife to trim feet.
Oh, okay.
Like his nipper. But you can get the frog with it. You can get the sole with it.
Yeah.
And if you're good.
You almost don't need a rasp, right?
You almost do not need a rasp. And if you're accurate. And so it was like another thing. I was uncomfortable doing that, but I like, this is what we're doing this week. I got to learn how to use a towing knife.
Right.
And I'm not good at it, but I gave it my effort that week to learn what a very knowledgeable old man had to teach. And it's taught me to be coachable. And so I feel like it's going to be cool for these hard feet we have in Colorado to know how to do that if it's long.
Yeah.
I'm not accurate with it, but you could get a lot off quick. I saw him trim feet to a good quality in under 2 minutes. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So it was neat. It was like watching a ninja.
Yeah, they don't even have to think about it.
Yeah.
It's amazing how quick
After
and
this,
efficient
I'll
it
show you
is.
a video of him just whacking one out.
Right.
I got a cool video of him doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is the end of the interview.
Well, awesome,
So
man.
Thanks for doing
Thank
this.
you.
It's been awesome.
Yes.
Hey, you
I'm
shared a
super
lot
glad.
a lot of good insights, and hopefully we can get some more people interested in doing the exchange.
Oh, yeah. I think we can. I had a great exchange, and everyone loved me. They'd want an exchange student back. So I think we can.
Okay.
We will.
All right.
We will, man.
Well, thanks
Thank you.
again.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Before I let you go, I'll leave you with some words of wisdom from our in-house business guru, Andrew DeVisser of Fletcher Forge and Tool. Last year at the Hoof Care Summit, Andrew and I shared a booth, and he had his FFT 100 forges as well as a collection of knives for sale. The newest addition to his lineup was a double-sided frog knife, which I found both fascinating and scary. I told Andrew that if he had one left over by the end of the trade show, I would buy it. Lo and behold, he sold them all, so I had to wait for him to make another batch when he got home. It was worth the wait. I fell in love with using it right away, and sometimes, as they say, love hurts. I learned pretty quickly not to try and push the blade with my thumb. You can check out Andrew's double-sided hoof knife along with the rest of his quality products at FletcherForgeandTool.com. And now I'll leave you to Andrew.
Hi there, everyone. This is Andrew DeVisser from Fletcher Forge and Tool here with your business tip of the day. Today I want to talk about setting client expectations. When you first communicate with a new client, you are both setting expectations and boundaries with each other, and this is especially true in the first few interactions that you have with each other. Many of us struggle to say things up front and try to address issues as they come up instead. And trust me on this one, if you think it's a pain to say stuff up front, it is way more of a pain to say it down the road. If there are aspects of your business that are very important to you, for instance, getting paid the same day, or that the horses be very well behaved, or that the horses need to be in and dry, then just say those things up front. But don't make them up on the spot. Have standard business policies that you apply to all of your clients. That way nobody feels singled out, and it also helps to create a little bit of distance from you. That way you can still be the good guy and generally helpful, but unfortunately, due to that one pesky business policy, you can't trek 5 miles to the back of the massive muddy field in the rain to catch their wild yearling to trim it. Your clients will appreciate you setting expectations up front in a clear, polite manner, and it will save you a lot of trouble down the road. I hope this helps, and thank you all for listening.
Well, that's a wrap on another episode. If you enjoyed today's conversation, please be sure to tell your friends about it. Thank you for listening, and of course, for your support. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other out there. We'll talk soon.